years, you know, and I just finally decided, you know, I mean, I'm a believer in, for one thing, America needs to start working a lot harder. It just seems like to me, and I just see there's nothing but opportunity in welding, you know, and immediately I saw that it's a 3-month combination course, and that actually, I thought maybe I had it wrong because it's a lot shorter than most of them. And like I looked at Lincoln and Hobart, and they have, you know, for like similar hours and stuff and similar price combination welding program, but it was like a month. Their price was a little bit higher, but it was like a month longer or something, a little bit longer. And I was curious, why is it so short? And I was a little bit nervous about it, to be honest. I was a little skeptical, you know. Well, how come it's so completely different than all the other schools? But the reality is, if you're willing to do the work and you have teachers as good apparently as the ones that are here, you know, I have nothing to compare them to, but I have nothing but complete confidence in them now that I've done it. I don't know if there's just a lot of welding teachers out there in community colleges that never worked as welders. I don't know what the situation is, but definitely everybody here that's teaching has spent a lot of time in the trenches working as welders, and not just as a pipe welder, not just in a fab shop. You know, they've done all this stuff, you know, in different kinds of metals, every one of them. And I'm sure that's made a really big difference too, you know. I was in Alaska. I live here now. You know, I moved here for the school actually, but I was just I was impressed with the idea that if you want to learn how to weld, we basically have a, you know, full-on, it's almost like a boot camp. You know, it's like you come here and you weld all day, is what I was told, and that's been true. You know, I mean, there was a little classroom time in the beginning with stuff that I absolutely had to know for welding, so, you know, we did that, and extra too, you know, I mean, blueprints and stuff. There's a lot of welding jobs for guys that don't read them, but the way I understand it, if you do, which I do now, it just opens that many more doors, you know, and it's one less thing they have to take you by the hand and teach you on the job. Everybody has all their own equipment, and every single day I have had individual time, an abundance of individual time with the instructor one-on-one, which has been, that's a really big deal. I mean, it's basically private lessons for welding, you know, is what I've had, and that's impressed me a lot too. And then, you know, and that made it all the easier to advance at your own pace, you know. And you can definitely do it, you know, and they're willing to let you do it. They don't hold you back if you're going home. Well, for me, the highlight is 6G on pipe, you know, except when I got to it, actually, the standard, usually it's on a 6-inch pipe, you know, and it's the smaller the diameter of pipe you go, the harder it becomes. And when I got to doing it on 6-inch pipe, I couldn't even believe that I was already working on it, let alone that I could do it. And by 7 weeks, by the time it was 7 weeks out of a 13-week program, you know, I passed the test on 4-inch pipe. And he said, we got to make sure it's not a fluke. And I was like, I get frustrated with him because he makes me do extra stuff a lot of the time, you know, and I'm like, oh, come on, you know, and he's like, no, I want you to try it on 2-inch pipe now, you know, and he made me do it 3 times that week, you know, but to prove that it wasn't a fluke. But yeah, I passed it 3 times on 2-inch pipe after the 6G, which to me, I don't know. I mean, I give a lot of credit to teachers. I figure, you know, I mean, the right kind of teacher, you know, the right teachers, you can do anything if you're willing to just listen to them and keep at it, I think, you know, for the